Ivy Black, and if you're not familiar with me, I'm a 200-hour certified yoga teacher. I'm trained in a variety of different styles of yoga I've taught, but right now I am actually 30 weeks pregnant, so I am expecting. So I kind of made this little flow here for the expecting, a little prenatal flow. But you feel free to join in, even if you aren't expecting. I have accommodated this practice for the expecting, but it's a great flow, so anybody can join us. So what you'll need for this flow, if you have it, especially if you're expecting, you need to accommodate yourself, okay? And do little adjustments here. We have props. I have blocks. I'm gonna place those right at the top of my mat. I have a stool here. You can get a stool or a chair to help with your balance if you're feeling any type of compromising in your balance. Or you can also take your stool or your chair and you bring it to the front of your mat to help in your forward fold. If you don't want to have to come all the way down to forward fold, you can just come up with your stool. Just use that. That's great. Okay? So let's just go ahead and just hop right into it, because this is going to be about a 15-minute quick little flow we're going to do here. And let's just get into it. So we're in our seated position on our mats. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to start to focus and draw ourselves inward right now. And I just want you to start to notice your breath. So we're just noticing our breaths here, so you can have the eyes closed. Start to tune into the self. Go ahead and take your right hand and place it over your heart. Take your left hand and place it right over your belly on baby. Breathe here. We're going to be doing some inhales and exhaling in and out the nose. Lips can be slightly open. Nice deep inhales in and out the nose. As we're inhaling and exhaling in and out the nose, I want you to start to picture a green light that's swirling all around you, right now around your whole body. Picture this green light starting to wrap around your body, wrap around you and baby. This green light is warm. Feel its energy. This warm green light, picture it. Breathing in with each breath. Feel this green energy coming down right at the crown of your head, rooting all the way down, straight through to the bottom of your mat. Feel this energy warming you, warming around your baby. Keep breathing here. Go ahead and let your breath go back to normal. Let's inhale through the nose. Hold it up at the top. Don't let it out yet. And now sigh it all out the mouth. Let's do that again together. Inhale through your nose. Hold it in. Sigh it all out the mouth. Excellent. Go ahead and let that breathing go back to normal. Let's go ahead and turn ourselves to the front of our mats. Let's bring ourselves into a tabletop position. So a tabletop is right on your hands and knees. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Let's start to make some big circles with our hips in our tabletop. So we're just going to start to circle around. Nice big circles. This should feel really good in your hips. And I also like to do a lot of hip focusing work here and pelvic floor work, because we are going to have to eventually, if you're expecting, give birth. So this should help prepare ourselves for labor. Switch in the opposite direction of where you started, circling. Go ahead and let that spine go back to normal. Now we're going to go ahead and do some cat-cow stretches. So we're going to inhale. We're going to swoop up. Chin's going to be coming up. Exhale, I want you to round the spine and tuck the chin. Inhale, swooping up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, swoop up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, swooping up, looking up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Now go ahead and take whatever movement you want here. Loosen up that spine. Make sure we're inhaling, exhaling as we're going in and out of the cat-cow stretches, but you can go ahead and circle your hips with your cat-cow stretches if you want. Feel free to go ahead and take whatever movement you want here. Let that spine go back to neutral. I want you to take your left hand. I want you to fly up, come into a little rotation twist here. 2 breaths here. Left hand back down to the mat. Right hand fly up. Rotation twist on this side. Feel it in your hip. Give a little wave to that hand and look up. Hand back down to the mat. I want you to curl your toes under. I want you to shoot your hips all the way back and just kind of sit back on those heels. You should be feeling this stretch right in your toes. They actually call this toe torture. But it's a really good stretch for your feet, and we often forget about our feet. We need to give a little love to our feet. Our feet are the things that carry us throughout our entire day, so we need to make sure we're taking care of our feet as well. This feels a little uncomfortable, but trust me, your feet are going to feel so good. And it's also really helpful when we get into our standing poses, which is we're about to get into our standing poses. Go ahead and bring yourself back up, uncurl those toes. Take a breath here. We're about to get into our standing poses, so if you have those props, get those blocks at the front of your mat. You can use to help assist that in our forward fold. Go ahead and curl those toes under again, but this time we're going to shoot ourselves right back into a downward facing dog. Start to pedal off those legs in downward facing dog, kind of help loosen up those hamstrings. And then I want you to walk yourself up to the top of your mat. You're going to be in forward fold. Use those blocks if you need them in forward fold. I want you to take those feet to the distance of your mat, okay? So wider than hip distance, because if you're expecting and you're as far as long as I am at 30 weeks, you want to give a little bit of room for your belly. We're going to inhale. We're going to come all the way up to a tall mountain. We're going to take those palms together and exhale, bring them to heart center. Take a breath here for a second. Take those hands out to your side. Come into a mountain pose, Samastiti. Ground yourself here. And again, we're going to picture that green energy. We're going to root ourselves down into our mats, preparing ourselves for our standing poses. So picture that warm green energy right at the crown of your head, right at the top of your crown. Picture it shooting all the way down now, shooting through your legs, through your feet, grounding you into your mat, that green light. Inhale, come all the way up to a tall mountain. I want you to take your right hand, I want you to reach it back, and I want you to twist and come into a little mountain twist. Come back up to a tall mountain, take the left arm, reach it back, come into a little mountain twist on this side. Come back up to a tall mountain. Exhale and swan dive yourself all the way back down to a forward fold. I want you to take the hands and press them against the shins and peek forward. You're just coming halfway up. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to fold again. We're going to inhale and we're going to bring ourselves back up to that tall mountain again. We're going to exhale and reach that right arm back again. Mountain twist. Come back up to tall mountain. Go ahead and reach that left arm back. Mountain twist on this side. Come back up to tall mountain. Exhale, swan dive all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale, go ahead and come halfway up. Exhale and fold. This time we're going to take our right foot. We're going to step that right foot back. Use those blocks if you need help, a little assistance here. Take that right foot and then twist it and plant it. Twisting and planting. We're going to bring ourselves up and open right into a warrior two pose. Check out our warrior two stance really quickly. Let's make sure our heel is lined up with the arch of our foot in our warrior two. Bend in that front leg. We're going to take our elbow and we're going to bring it to our knee and we're going to reach over our ear. We're going to come into a standing side angle. We're going to come back to a warrior two. We're going to take our arm behind our back and we're going to reach our left arm backwards and come into reverse warrior. 2 breaths here. Come back to that warrior 2. I want you to straighten out that front leg. Shift your weight forward and tip yourself down into a triangle. Use that block. Open up here. Try to picture like you're getting your back flat against the wall here, reaching up. Try to open up that shoulder a little more if you can. Bend that front leg again. Come back up to warrior 2. Let's get ready to put our hands to our hips. And we're going to take our right foot and step it right up to the top of the mat. Take those hands out to our side. Come to our mountain pose, Samasthiti. Ground yourself down. Take a breath here. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Get ready to step that left foot back. We're just going to hop right into it. Left foot is stepping right back. Open up, warrior 2. Elbows coming to our knee. Reach over the ear, come into extended side angle on this side. Reach, reach, reach as much as you can. You should be feeling this right from your hip traveling all the way up. This is what makes yoga so great because we're moving all planes of the body here. Come back to warrior 2. Arm behind back, right arm reaching backwards, come into a reverse warrior. Give me 2 good breaths here. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten out that front leg. Shift your weight forward. Tip down, come into that triangle pose. Open up. Get that back flat against that wall. Your imaginary wall. Bend that front leg. Back up, warrior 2 pose. Bring those hands to our hips. Step up to the front of the mat. Hands out to our side again, mountain pose, ground. Take a breath here. If you have some water, you can take a little water break here. It's very important, obviously, to stay hydrated, and especially even more so during pregnancy. So let's go ahead and we're going to hop back into it on our other side, and we're going to add on a little bit more. We're actually going to add on a little challenge pose here. So get ready and listen for my cues, please. So let's go ahead. We're going to get right to it. We're going to put our hands on our hips. We're going to take this right foot. We're going to step it right back, twist it and plant it. Swing those arms open, lunge in front leg, warrior 2. Elbow, come to knee. Reach over the ear, extended side angle. Back to warrior 2. Arm goes behind back, left arm reaching backwards, reverse warrior 2 breaths. Back to warrior 2. Straighten out front leg. Shift your weight forward. Tip down, come into triangle pose, open up. Now here's going to be our little challenge pose. We're going to challenge ourselves in the half moon pose. Now if you're not okay with that, then you can go ahead and just stay right here in our triangle. If you want to try to challenge yourself, and also make sure we have that stool or that chair next to us because we're going to use that. We're going to take our right leg and it's going to start to creep up. Block in front of you, and then you kick and open up here and start to open up ourselves into our half moon pose. If you're shaking, that's good. It means your body's working. This is a nice hip opener. It's a balance and core and strength pose. What we're going to do, we're going to gently float ourselves back down to warrior 2. Whew. Hands to our hips. Step to the front of the mat. Hands to our side, mountain pose. Take a breath. That was a challenge. We're going to do that on our other side. Last time here in our standing here. Get ready to step that left foot back. Hands to our hips. Step it right back. Open ourselves up. Warrior 2. Lunge in front leg. Elbow to knee, reaching over the ear, come into extended side angle. Reach, reach, reach. Take a breath. Breathe into that side body. Come back to warrior 2. Go ahead and reach that arm behind our back. Reach that right arm backwards, reverse warrior. Breathing, 2 breaths. Come back to that warrior 2. Shift that weight forward. tip down, come into that triangle pose, get that block, open up for triangle. If you wanted to try out that half moon, if you did on the other side, go ahead and try it on the other side. Start to walk that foot up, adjust that weight, kick yourself up and open here. Like I said, find a focal point that could help with your balance, a non-moving focal point. Focus on that. Get ready to float ourselves back down to our warrior two, nice and gracefully. Go ahead and take those hands to our hips. This time we're just going to turn our toes to the side of the mat though. We're going to exhale, we're going to fold ourselves all the way down. Bring those blocks in front of you into a wide-legged fold. Use the blocks, or you can take those hands all the way down to your mat. Breathing here. 2 breaths. Take those hands to our hips, start to bring ourselves all the way up. Take those arms, feel golden or cactus arms. Open up, sit yourself down into a goddess squat. Nice hip opening pose. Breathe here, 2 breaths in goddess. Take our hands to our hips, bring ourselves up. Keep that right hand to our hip. We're going to reach our left arm up and over, come into a side bend stretch. Left hand back down, reach that right arm over, side bend stretch this side. Bring them back down to our hips. Go ahead and take that left foot, step it up to the top of the mat. Come the hands down to mountain pose. That is it for our standing poses. We're going to get into our deeper stretching poses, and then we're going to start to make our way to a Shavasana. Go ahead and let's get ourselves all the way back down to our mats. We're going to bring our feet together. Soles of our feet are together. Go ahead and open up those legs. We're going to come into a bound ankle pose. So this is a nice little gentle hip opening pose. What I want us to do, envision ourselves. We're going to be feeling a string that's going to be coming all the way down from our mat, rooting down, and it's going to be pulling us up nice and straight. This string, feel this string that's coming all the way up through the crown, going all the way up to the ceiling. My string is red, so picture whatever color thread you have that's rooting you all the way down and bringing you all the way up, straighten out that spine nice and tall. Breathe here in this bound ankle pose. And let's give a little bit of more room here in our bound ankle now. And then we're going to take our chin and we're going to curl in. And we're going to breathe. We're going to send some breath right down that spine. Help that spine open up. Help that back open up. Help those hips open up. Start to curl in a little bit more. 3 good breaths here. All right, we're going to go ahead and start to slowly unroll ourselves, heavy and lasting, coming up. Take those legs, bring them up, and let's start to make our way all the way onto our backs. So gently, easy here, especially if we're expecting. Take your time getting down to that mat. This might be a little bit more challenging these days. We're going to take our inversion, and I love to practice my inversion towards the end of our practice, because after this inversion, we're going to go ahead and seal in our practice with our Shavasana. And I like to practice inversions at the end of class because they're a blood pressure lowers, so it's a great thing to get ourselves settled in. So we're going to go ahead and reach up. We're going to grab our 2 big toes if you can reach that, or you can grab inside the heels. Or you can go ahead, if you can grab in a little bit more and just pull in for a happy baby pose. This is a nice hip opening inversion. It's an inversion as well as a nice hip opening pose. And since this is for prenatal, we need to practice our happy baby. Why don't we just go ahead and sway here, or you can stay still, take a little bit of free movement here, just enjoy the pose. Easy breathing here. Relax everything else. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Enjoy the movement with baby. Go ahead and release. Take a bind around those legs. Kind of rock back and forth, massaging out that lower back. Go ahead and release yourself all the way back down to the mat now. Take those hands out to our side. Palms are facing up now. Come in, roll those shoulders under. Come into Shavasana. Start to relax everything here. Relax the face. Relax the jaw. Tongue comes off the roof of the mouth. And again, we're starting to picture that green light. Picture that green light starting to warm the soles of your feet. Traveling all the way up from the soles of your feet, coming over your knees, over your thighs. Picture this green energy wrapping around your hips. This green energy moving up right to baby, swirling around baby, warming, giving all that loving energy to baby. Warming your core, warming baby, coming all the way up to your heart center, moving up your throat, to your temples. Go ahead and feel it right at your center forehead. Feel it coming up to your crown, shooting all this warm energy out into the universe, this green light. Go ahead and take yourself and curl over onto your side, your favorite side. Come into the fetal position, sealing your practice. Picturing being born again, representing being born again on your mat.